check this out online before we really go live and see whether it is properly working. I am just going to click and verify whether we are live, whether we are home, whether this is coming online, whether the streaming is working properly. Now would be a good time to send in comments and say if some stuff is not working. This is not a serious session, or not a session on cat preparation per se. I know we have much more pressing issues right in front of us. We know that. Just fix this. Check the distance out. We are all on some form of lockdown or the other. We're all. I hope most of you are on lockdown, and so this stuff is serious. This stuff is probably it's better for us to be worried than to feel sorry at that. And so we didn't know any of these terms: coronavirus, COVID, this, that, all of that. We didn't know any of these a month ago, but now this is a very integral part of our life. So I would assume all of you are taking it very seriously, isolating yourself as much as possible, maintaining social distance, the whole shebang. And so it's I saw a wonderful meme about a while ago. Our grandparents were asked to go for war. We're being asked to sit in a couch. We can do this. And so take that in that spirit, the spirit where it's not such a big ask. We just sit and do something. Having said all that, I'm really struggling. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I really love the idea of going to office and working and seeing the guys and grabbing coffee and having a chat and shooting the breeze and shooting videos and the whole shebang. I'm itching to go sit on my chair and do something else. But I also have 2 kids, so they are putting enormous pressure in the system. But I'm playing all kinds of silly games to keep myself occupied. I'm doing a little bit of binge watching of some TV shows with my son, and watching some We Are the Police, which apparently is the go-to show for 4-year-olds with my daughter. I hope you have found something suitable on TV to go with. Don't take chances. Hang in there. We can do this. We've seen so many scary stories of people who have crossed the boundaries and done one silly thing. Right now, the whole town is piling on them. Forget about the whole town. They're going to live with a life of regret if 1 or 2 people end up dying because of the contagion they caused. And so you're all likely to be in the most largest segment, which is likely to be asymptomatic, which is basically you don't show symptoms. You're 20 to 21-year-old, reasonably healthy, young minds and bodies. The chances are you won't see. You might carry the virus and not really see symptoms, which is a big issue, because then you could go around. You're not going to quarantine yourself. You're not going to isolate yourself. You're going to tell yourself, look, I'm fine. I seem to be all right. I can go about doing my office, and that's when your whole sense of duty, responsibility, all of that comes into the picture, and says, look, I'm a fighter, and I have ambition, and I can show this. Now is the time to take one for the team. Taking one for the team, being a great, dutiful employee, being all that is good. But what is more important is making sure that you do your damnedest to make sure this chain get broken. If you're very patriotic, now is the time to shut up and sit in your house. And so now is not the time to go around brandishing how well how healthy you are, or how great you can be, or how devil-may-care attitude you have. How much of that? None of that is the thing. The real deal is to sit in our room, sit in our house, and not go out, cut off social contact as much as possible. It is tough, and there is a very good chance that it turns out to be unnecessary. And so, but you haven't got much choice. This is a fabulous quote from I think Alfred Tennyson. It's for soldiers. Ours is not to question why. Ours is but to do or die. Ours is not to question why. Ours is but to just to do or die. As a soldier, I have my chain of command. Somebody tells me something. I'm not here to say what are the merits, demerits of that. Should we do this? Is it tactically sound? Is this the right thing to do? Why the hell were you attacking this platoon? That one would have been better. Why should we even be in this war? All of those questions and thoughts can cross your mind. If they do, then you shut them all out, and then you go and do your job. Ours is not to question why. Ours is but to do or die. And so all of us have opinions on this. All of us have a feeling of whether this is useful, whether we really need to be isolated. Are we overreacting? Are we underreacting? truth is, a great many experts are saying, no matter what, just don't head out. And I would say we should all take a lot of effort to unquestioningly heed to that. So don't have any. You might turn out to be right. You might be the best guy who's got the best handle on this, the expert who believes that the heat will take care. We are overreacting. The economy is important. Just because of isolating, we are creating a lot more trouble. All that could be right. But some expert who our country, our leaders, our government have decided to take heat from the world is listening to. They're all saying one thing: don't get out. So I urge you to sit in one place. Now, what do you do? What am I doing? I'm trying to go to the chat once a day, go to and run around and make sure that I get some fresh air and light. I'm doing all kinds of silly things with the kids. I get online about 3-4 hours a day to get some work done. It's tough getting some serious work done from home. So we mix and match, and you pick and choose. I'm trying to get some reading done. I'm trying to build some. My old networks I've not tapped. Some of my friends have not called in ages. I'm trying to tap them. I'm trying to get busier on my own networks where I have not bothered to return calls. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to catch up on some reading. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze in some good quality time with the kids at home. It's tough. It's incredibly tough. We end up getting on each other's nerves way more than we end up being a source of strength or power or whatever you call it. But such is life. You're young. You don't have probably don't have pressures of having to turn up for a kid or a nephew or a niece. In which case, spend this time meaningfully, really well. And so go online, learn lots of stuff, read tons of stuff. You should be knocking back a novel every 3-4 days if you're in isolation. Get online, have some discipline vis-a-vis your work, finish that chunk, be done with it, but then read a lot. J.K. Rowling are a fantastic thing. You'll go places if you read. More importantly, you have to read to go places. So Dr. Seuss, J.K. Rowling, they're all gigantic giants in their field. They keep saying the same things. Read all the time. So become a manic reader. It's a wonderful opportunity to become a manic reader. You read tons of stuff online from blogs, websites, articles, but also knock back novels. Do your quant and DALR as well. Fabulous time to solve puzzles and Sudoku and your CAT 2017, 18, 19. The entire stuff is online with detailed solutions. Knock that back. Now is the time to binge watch logical reasoning videos. So you're never going to come back and say, let me look at all the solutions of 48 sets of DALR which the CAT have said are the CAT level exam they have chosen for this exam. What are the odds that you will actually see all of them twice over? Now would be a good time to hit that. When you've been kidding yourself, you said probably look CAT 2019 and said I'm going to go to the entire CAT 2018 paper, but did not do. So if you look at RC, there are 30 RC passages that are CAT level, sanctioned by CAT, selected by CAT, curated by CAT, lying there, which you can solve. Do that. This is excellent practice. Go through the proofs of theorems in geometry. Solve some tough, kick-ass Olympiad problems to focus on number theory and algebra. And get your basics right. So do chunks of preparation that you might not have otherwise done, which are intriguing, which pique your curiosity, which are tangentially useful but don't have a direct payoff. Intensely preparing for topic after topic can be very tough when you're in isolation. So mix it up. Read an interesting passage, read half a novel, do 3 LR puzzles, go through the RC passages from CAT 2013 and say, okay, that's been a good couple of days. Take half a day off and then come back to this. Don't worry about your ACADS, your chances, your likelihood of getting into this college, what you should need to prepare for PI. All those battles will come. It's time for those battles. One other thing, there is this fabulous quote about the Cold War, to say, trust but verify. So there is a statement, in God we trust, everything else we verify. And so make sure that you are an adherent to that quote whenever you willy-nilly forward something that you have heard somewhere to the rest of the world. So if you're seeing something and it's not verified. So I've heard that this virus will completely collapse in hot and humid conditions. a while later, I heard that it will continue to be really good in hot and humid condition. I'm waiting to hear that hot and humid conditions will completely destroy it again. Right? Truth is, or truth may be the fact that we don't have enough evidence to say anything about it. Nobody really likes to say, look, I don't know. There isn't enough evidence to conclusively say this or that. Therefore, we swing to one side or the other. So, keep yourself occupied, read, but don't forward anything to anyone unless it's freakishly well verified. There's a time for calm, for being temperamentally sound, for putting your head down and doing your thing. Our Prime Minister is saying, give me a few weeks. And I'm not a fan. I've been frequently a giant critic of a great many things on the economy that our Prime Minister or Finance Minister have done. But I'm very inclined to listen to that. He's saying, look, give me a few weeks, don't do anything, don't travel. I'm not asking, I know I've asked a lot of you, and then I want you to do this as well. Right? So I might be the harshest critic, but the leader of the country is coming and saying, look, don't panic, be temperamentally sound, put your head down, take efforts, isolate yourself, keep this for me. We will listen to that. And in that time, put it to meaningful use. We've tried a lot to cobble together something, but we are all, 2IIM was crashed. We crashed in the beginning of the week. We basically said all of us will work from home, which is why I'm shooting this video from home. You probably have heard some laughing and crying in the background. Thankfully, my kids have not barged in, but we were crashed. We were crashed for good reason. We're basically saying, okay, it might not be such a big deal, but we will take no chances for the next 10 days. So we will do our best to be available. We will be on WhatsApp, we'll be on email, we'll be on YouTube, we'll be on Facebook. Reach out to us, ping us. If you're not going to respond immediately, we probably don't pick calls that instant. But we will be around. We will, for CAT preparation, our general chat, or saying a hi, hello, and feeling a kindred spirit to we're all in this together. We will be there. We at 2IIM will make sure that we are available on all these platforms. One of the reasons why we want to do this session is to just say, look, we're all struggling. There is no easy answer for this. But this is a much smaller struggle compared to the tons of other stuff people have gone through, people have put themselves through in order for us to reach where we have reached. And as a race, as human beings, as Indians, I'm sure you guys can do this. I'm really struggling, but I'm struggling in a fun, comical, humorous way, not in a real, tangible way. It's a good opportunity to figure out what else interests us. We'll try our best to. We've internally thought about doing this maybe once every 2 days and saying, look, we'll have a chat, we'll talk about this and that. We just say, look, you're out there trying to prepare for CAT and the isolation is getting to you, so am I. So are the rest of the guys at 2IIM, so are the bunch of guys in our classroom coaching, so are the guys in my neighborhood. So so we'll all, at least we'll share our journey in terms of how much this is kind of all the things that we've taken for granted, how much is disrupted. So myself, family has told me very strictly that I should simply not step out and have coffee. And I'm really struggling. At about 3:30 p.m. my head goes bonkers. I've been used to years of having a coffee in the afternoon to get that caffeine hit, and that's just killing me. Having said that, small price to pay. So I'm sure each of us has taken for granted some element of our daily routine, or a large number of elements in our daily routine. And that's just mild disruption is bothering us in some form. We're not articulating it. I don't know how it will be fixed. I don't know how you can solve it. We are here to tell you that, hey, you're not alone. All of us are struggling as well. We are having fighting those battles. Right? So, on questions of what do you think FMS GDPI will be postponed? Anything that's scheduled for the second half of April, I think there'll be no postponement announcement now. They're not going to postpone it today. Anything that's there till March 31, it's done. It's going to be deferred wherever it is happening, or it could be transitioned online. But that otherwise, April 15th and beyond, we'll wait and watch. Anything can get postponed for a long period of time. Right? So there's no guarantees in this stuff. We are at 250, 260, 270 cases, give or take, reported cases, mind you. But if that number goes to 1,500, then the ball game changes for India. I hope it does not. I sincerely, passionately hope it does not. But if it does, then that just changes the ball game completely for us. And so what we have seen what you're seeing now every day on a day-to-day basis is that probably India is not going to go through the worst of it as much as Korea or Italy have gone through. But this could completely change in 3 days. If we hang in there for another week and our cases are still in 3 digits or less than 500, 600, by March 31, if you're less than 500, 600 with the fatalities of 8, 9, 10, then I think we can say, okay, we've done a good job and we'll live to fight another day. But large parts of what we are hearing from Italy, Spain, UK, it looks like US is going to be next in the big news headline thing. And so that's going to occupy airwaves more. People are going to panic more. If US also sees triple-digit, four-digit deaths over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then that changes the whole thing. The economic impact of American weakness could be broader. It could create more panic and it could stress us out. If our cases, God forbid, creep into 4 digits in the next 10, 12 days, then we'll have to have another look at it. Then we'll start worrying about whether our cases are always high or whether our reporting is poor or our data is poor, or whether we are having fewer people falling ill or we do have that, we are not testing enough. We don't know that. That the jury is still out on that question. Hopefully, if we don't get too many more deaths and too many more cases in the next 10 days, then we can breathe some form of relief and say, okay, we're probably going to sidestep the worst of it. I'm hoping like mad that's what happened, that we come into April 4, 5, 6 and say the worst of it is done, we'll be careful, but in some mild form we'll resume our daily routines, still maintaining social distance and all the rest of it. But jury is out on this. Nobody can say with any certainty what will happen beyond April first week or second week. Hopefully India doesn't get affected. Hopefully our heat helps on the rest of it. I'm from EE, I'm not joined. I'm going to join IT by fate, not by interest. Nobody does anything with anything more than fate. So don't worry. The whole world is with you. You think people join a random job? Maybe 10% of people join the big 5 IT companies out of interest. And so I'm not saying anything against these 10%, not am I saying anything against the remaining 90%. You got to do what you got to do, earn your keep, and then work on something else. Don't worry about it. Get interested in that. Coding can be fun as much as Triple E can be. The actual number is significantly higher than it is reported. Surya Pratap Singh, I think so too. If I'm paranoid of any one thing, it is that. It is that we are grossly under-reporting our COVID cases, either through strategy or through misjudgment or through poor testing. Right? So we probably are grossly under-reporting. If it is only going to be mild and people don't die too much, we have under-reported, they come out of it and the hot and humid conditions play a role, then we are out of jail. If not, then questions will also be asked. That is going to cause its own set of political troubles. Hopefully that's not the case. Karan Joshi, you want me to consider your question? I don't know what the question is. Average in a catch and a 2-year drop after a grad looking for a job to waste time. The first hurdle is to get a call. 10th standard, 12th standard, undergraduation, work experience, CAT score, go into the pot. The fact that you had a 2-year drop won't affect getting a call. It might affect getting an interview. It will not affect getting a call. You get the top 7, 8, 10 could be tough. But outside of this, some of your IITs, some of the private colleges, they are forgiving if you have a kick-ass CAT score. So make sure you have a fantastic CAT score which can offset this, and then you're good to go. Even in countries that took proactive measures, the situation got a lot worse before it got better. True that. We are probably under-reporting. I don't want to say we are under-reporting. We don't know that. And so I don't want to say anything in quasi-public forums which is not clearly verifiable. Maybe we are under-testing. That's clear from our statistics. We let it come. Hopefully it won't come to bite us back. Can you please suggest a blog or book to read that helps with economics concept? There's one by called, I'll post it in the comments, I forget the name. Undercover Economist, wonderful writer, probably a good piece to write, a good piece to read. Blog, Paul Krugman writes a mean blog, so you can go to that. Swammynomics is a good blog. Swammynomics, He writes on politics and economics. Earlier on, he used to write more on economics. He de-jargonizes stuff brilliantly well. How many RC should I practice daily? I'm not a big fan of daily RC practice. Daily reading for an hour, perhaps one through an RC passage. I'm working in Amazon, a good role, good company. Yes, that will help. They even call me. This is Karan Joshi. If you get a good CAT score, colleges from 11 to 25 will be hard pressed to call you. They will have no reason to deny. You get 99.4, anything from 11 to 25 will call you. NITI Mumbai is a wonderful, wonderful college. They teach well. They have a big legacy. They have a wonderful alumni network. It's a damn neat school. Somebody from has already said it's a fantastic school. It is indeed. Amazon, will it help me? Good company, good brand, will help you in the interviews. But there's nothing that's going to really move the needle to get the call. Time, speed, distance, and permutations. Don't worry about permutations. Spend a lot of time on time, speed, distance. Keep permutations aside for a final later day. But there are about 45 fabulous questions on time, speed, distance on our own website on question bank. Hit that, it should be good. 10th diploma UG, will they affect the personal interview? No, it won't. 10th, 12th under graduation are fine. It should be good. Will I get a fixed stipend but not a salary slips? You'll have to verify with the admissions office. If it's you're working as a graduate engineering trainee, then it's all right. I think it will pass off as salary slip. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Make sure it is formal employment. They call you an employee, and then you have a job title, job role, and you get salary slips. It should not matter too much. Unfortunately, I did not apply for NITI. It's all right, so there's still time to go. There's a bunch of other colleges waiting for you. Listen, for the rest of you, when in doubt, apply. When not in doubt, still apply. Make sure you're hanging in there, and up. You have a chance to say no to a college right at the last minute. Don't prevent yourself from getting that chance on step one. Make sure you apply. Make sure you go through the process. Make sure you get the admit. Then you can take the decision. Charter 2, I am confident in reaching number system. How do I move forward? Yeah, if you've done 2 months, it's probably a good time to diversify and do a little bit of DALR as well. Done quant for 2 months, you're comfortable with basic numbers. DALR is a good place. I'm not going to convert this into a CAT preparation strategy call. So I'm going to cut it short. Just hi guys, we are still here. We might not be in our offices, but you're still here online in all platforms. So we're going to do this kind of session just to be there to say hi, hello, come on, let's have a chat about CAT preparation. We're looking to do one every 2 days, but if you guys feel like, look, there's meaning. So 6 o'clock every day I can click and have a chat and just say hi, hello. We'll do it practically every day till we get out of isolation. Prepare extensively, mix it up, read proofs, do more puzzles, read different stuff, reach out to us. There's tons of freely available content on IIM website and YouTube channel. YouTube channel has more than 600 videos. The question bank has give or take 1,000 questions. So this is a giant free material available right there. Go through that. There's lots of stuff on how to prepare. What are the syllabus? What is the preparation strategy? All of that. And so make sure that you spend this time at least somewhat meaningfully. Acknowledge the fact that it is incredibly tough to be in isolation. Take heart from the fact that it is tough for everybody, and do your patriotic duty by staying on your couch. Right? It's an objective to get into FICC market job post MBA. It's realistic. You do well in your MBA, you can get any job. Your MBA score will drive a lot of other things. How many questions should I solve from quants? I wouldn't go about it question by question, but 40 to 50 seems like a good number. I'm giving my best, but I don't see any improvements in quant. What to do? Plug away, my friend, plug away. Improvements are happening, but you're not seeing. Very often, changes happen, but then they manifest themselves a little later, which is what even the virus is telling us that. So a lot of things are happening, but then the numbers lag that. Good way and bad way. So things happen, and the numbers come out a little later. So your number, now I saw a wonderful meme. These days I've gotten into watching a lot of memes because I'm having more time, I'm browsing with all this. I saw a wonderful thing. There's a good, nice fat guy looking at his paunch and saying, I can't believe it, I started on a diet yesterday and I'm still not better. And so it's very similar to that. And so you get on preparing, your scores will improve. But looking for tangible improvement on a day-to-day basis is just foolhardy. Have the faith, have some belief, have the confidence, plug away. It will fall in place. Which is best to try and get both admits, my friend, and then we will have this discussion, not this soon. Okay. Wonderful, guys. I'm going to sign off. Best wishes for your CAT preparation. Keep your heads up. Stay in isolation. Help out people if you can. Wash your hands manically. And hang in there, but spend as much time meaningfully as possible. We will do this every other day. We'll just have a chat, discuss about CAT preparation, maybe a quant or a DILR or an RC. We'll post tons of stuff on Facebook and YouTube to keep you guys occupied and engaged in meaningful ways. And then we will be with Avinash Rai, given both interviews, Kirti admit, my friend, all things considered, A and B are more or less the same level. A probably shades it a bit, but you're choosing between two wonderful options. For consulting, Ahmedabad might edge Bangalore, but it is nothing big, nothing much to pick. Okay. Wonderful, guys. Best wishes. Hope you have a reasonably comfortable isolation spell, but don't get out of your places. Right. Cheers then. I'm signing off. I don't know how to sign off, so I'm struggling with that.